Next, Anna and Bella discovered they were pregnant. She and Bella turned to Flora, terrified of what their mother would say. Flora, panicking, decided to handle it herself. "You take these pills," she said, handing Anna and Bella a small package. They took the pills, but within hours, they were doubled over in pain. Linda sat by the window, her gaze fixed on the horizon where the sun dipped below the hills, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. Her life had been nothing short of perfect, or so it had seemed just a year ago. Married to Charles, a hardworking businessman, and blessed with twin daughters, Anna and Bella, Linda believed she had everything she could ever ask for. Their home was always filled with laughter and warmth. Charles adored Linda, often teasing her for how much she doted on their daughters. "You spoil them too much," he would say with a grin, though his actions spoke otherwise. He was just as indulgent, bringing home little gifts for the girls after every trip. Anna and Bella, though identical in appearance, were vastly different in personality. Anna was outgoing and adventurous, while Bella was quiet and introspective. Despite their differences, they were inseparable, sharing an unbreakable bond that filled their parents with pride. Charles owned a thriving import and export business, which kept him busy but provided the family with a comfortable life. Linda, on the other hand, had embraced her role as a housewife. She dedicated her days to caring for her children, ensuring their every need was met. The mornings in their household were a delightful chaos. Charles would be rushing to get ready for work while Anna and Bella clamored for his attention, each trying to outdo the other with stories of their dreams or plans for the day. Linda, ever the peacemaker, would laugh and remind them to let their father breathe. It was a life of love, laughter, and simplicity. But fate, as it often does, had other plans. It was a sunny afternoon when the phone call came. Linda was in the kitchen, preparing lunch while Anna and Bella played in the living room. The shrill ring of the phone broke through the hum of the day, and Linda answered it with a cheerful "hello." The voice on the other end was solemn, and as the words sank in, Linda felt her knees weaken. Charles had been in an accident, a fatal one. He had been on his way to a supplier when his car collided with a truck on the highway. The impact was immediate, and he didn't survive. Linda's world crumbled. The man who had been her partner, her confidant, and the father of her children was gone in an instant. The days that followed were a blur of grief and disbelief. Friends and family came to offer their condolences, but their words felt hollow. Linda struggled to hold herself together, for the sake of her daughters, who were too young to fully comprehend the magnitude of their loss. In the weeks that followed, Linda realized she had no choice but to step into Charles's shoes. The business he had built with so much effort was now her only means of providing for Anna and Bella. But Linda knew nothing about running a business. She had spent her life as a homemaker, her world revolving around her family. Determined to honor Charles's memory and secure her daughter's future, Linda threw herself into learning the ropes. She spent long hours at the office, poring over files and meeting with Charles's associates. Her mornings were spent preparing breakfast and getting the girls ready for school, and her evenings were spent at the office or attending late meetings. At first, Linda tried to juggle both roles, mother and businesswoman. But the demands of the business were relentless, and she found herself stretched thin. The once vibrant and attentive mother began to fade into a shadow of her former self. Recognizing that she couldn't do it all, Linda decided to hire a maid, Flora, to help with the household and care for Anna and Bella. Flora came highly recommended, and Linda trusted her to step into the role she could no longer fulfill. Initially, Flora seemed like a godsend. She was efficient, taking care of the house and ensuring the girls were fed and ready for school. Linda, relieved to have some support, threw herself even more into her work. But as time went on, Flora began to show her true colors. Away from Linda's watchful eye, she treated the girls harshly. She scolded them for minor mistakes, and her punishments were cruel. The girls missed their mother terribly. They would sit on the couch in the evenings, waiting for Linda to come home. On the rare nights when she arrived early, they would eagerly run to her, trying to share stories about their day. But Linda was always exhausted. "Not now, girls," she would say, her voice heavy with fatigue. "I need to rest." "But, Mama," Anna would begin, only to be cut off by Linda waving her away. "I said not now." The rejection stung, but the girls didn't give up right away. They tried again and again, hoping for a different response. Over time, however, they stopped trying. When Anna and Bella turned 10, Linda, desperate to make up for her absence, bought them smartphones. She reasoned that it would help them stay entertained and allow them to reach her when she was at work. What Linda didn't realize was how much the phones would change her daughters. Without proper supervision, the girls quickly discovered social media and used it as an escape from their loneliness. They began chatting with strangers online, some of whom introduced them to inappropriate content. The girls became increasingly secretive, spending hours locked in their room with their phones. Flora noticed but didn't intervene. In fact, she encouraged their behavior. "You girls are growing up," she said one day. "You should enjoy life, just like I do." Flora started taking them to parties, introducing them to people twice their age. The girls were exposed to smoking, drinking, and other vices, and Flora laughed it off as harmless fun. By the time the twins were teenagers, Flora's influence was undeniable. The girls had learned to mimic her behavior, bringing boys home when Linda was away. One evening, Linda returned home earlier than expected and found Anna with a boy in the living room. Shocked and furious, she confronted her daughter. "What is going on here?" she demanded. Anna shrugged, her tone defiant. "You're never here, so why do you care?" Linda was speechless. She grounded the girls, but it was already too late. The next Anna and Bella discovered they were pregnant. She and Bella turned to Flora, terrified of what their mother would say. Flora, panicking, decided to handle it herself. "You take these pills," she said, handing Anna and Bella a small package. They took the pills, but within hours, they were doubled over in pain. Bella called her mother on the phone for help, and both girls were rushed to the hospital. The doctor's words hit Linda like a thunderbolt. "Your daughters took abortion pills, Mrs. Morgan. If you hadn't brought them in, they might not have survived." Linda's knees buckled. "Abortion pills," she whispered. "Yes," the doctor confirmed. "They've been under a lot of stress." "Have you noticed anything unusual at home?" Linda couldn't speak. The truth was, she hadn't noticed anything at all. When Linda returned home, she found Flora packing her belongings. The maid froze when she saw Linda's face, pale with fury. "You were going to leave?" Linda asked, her voice trembling with anger. Flora stammered, I didn't do anything." "Save it!" Linda shouted. "You abused my children. You ruined their lives." Linda called the police, and Flora was arrested. At the hospital, Linda sat by her daughter's bedsides, holding their hands tightly. "I'm so sorry," she whispered, her voice breaking. "I failed you. I wasn't there when you needed me most." The girls stirred, their eyes filled with pain and confusion. "We tried to tell you," Bella said weakly. Linda nodded, tears falling freely. "I know. And I didn't listen. But I promise you, I never let that happen again." Once the girls were discharged, Linda sought out therapy for them and herself. It was a long and painful process, but Linda was determined to make amends. She scaled back her work hours, prioritizing her daughters over her business. Slowly, Anna and Bella began to heal, finding their way back to the bright, hopeful girls they once were. Linda never fully forgave herself for the years of neglect, but she used her guilt as a reminder to stay present. She learned that providing financially for her children wasn't enough, they needed her love, guidance, and attention. The twins, now stronger and wiser, forgave their mother, understanding that she, too, had suffered. Together, they rebuilt their family, vowing never to let anything come between them again. Lesson: time and love are the most valuable gifts a parent can give. Neglecting emotional connections in pursuit of success can have devastating consequences, but it's never too late to make things right. Thank you all for watching. From the depths of my heart, I really appreciate you guys for watching and supporting me. Please, if you haven't subscribed, click on the subscribe button to do that. Turn on the notification button so that when I post a new interesting stories you will be the first to watch it. Please comment, like and share to your loved ones. See you in my next story.